Such a beautiful day today, I figured why not just come outside and record this one. It's the first day of February in Maryland as I shoot this. It's just beautiful, beautiful weather. It's like 60 degrees outside. I'm mainly going to be talking here to a fellow YouTuber of mine named LennartSB. That's his YouTube name. Lennart is the young man who recorded the videos Atheism Sucks, and just a couple days ago he posted another one in a similar vein called Atheists Are Going to Hell Without Jesus Christ. And Lennart, I wanted to talk to you and respond to you because I'm an atheist, and I know a lot of my fellow atheists have responded to you and have had some not very kind things to say to you, and I'm not going to be one of those. I understand what those atheists that responded to you in a very negative way were trying to say. I understand where they're coming from. I understand their feelings and their reaction to your videos completely. And I'm not going to apologize for them. It's not my place. It's not my right to apologize for someone else for what they've done or said. All I'll say is I get where they're coming from with you. But I'm not going to be that way. I'm not going to offer that kind of a response to you. That a young person, younger than myself even, would be interested in participating in this wonderful, exciting, endlessly fascinating conversation about religion and atheism and their roles in our society and things of this and science is just terribly exciting to me and really intriguing. And I'm glad that you've chosen to enter the conversation. But since you have chosen to enter the conversation, which I am also a part of, and lots of other people who get paid way more attention than either of us, I wanted to give you some advice because I've been doing this now for almost 2 years, and I think I have a few insights that I can offer you. The first thing I want you to consider is the presentation of your videos. There are one or two things about your presentation you might want to take a look at. For instance, you stand in front of an American flag, and that's fine. I personally am not really very enamored of the whole attempt to conflate patriotism with religious viewpoints, but if you're comfortable with that, it's your video, that's fine. The only thing I would suggest is that you flip your American flag around because it is hanging the wrong way. The Union should always be in the upper left-hand corner. And the other thing is just your own body language when you're on camera. You wag your finger a lot. And the two videos that I'm specifically responding to, I know you've got 9 videos on your channel to this point, and the 2 that I'm specifically responding to are the ones where you're addressing atheists, and you wag your finger a lot. And that is very off-putting to people. That a lot of people don't like to have people with their fingers in their face. And when you do this on camera to somebody, in real life you're just doing this to a camera, but when I watch the video, it's like you're wagging your finger in my face. And if you're trying to reach people, maybe you should consider not wagging your finger in people's faces. Or if you do want to wag your finger in someone's face, do it a little bit more strongly, because I notice when you do it, you're just kind of going like this. You're just kind of shaking it and going like this. And that communicates lack of confidence and maybe confusion or not really knowing what to do with your hands while you're on camera. I can totally relate to that. If you want to wag your finger at somebody, at least try to be a little more strong about it. You know, have the finger pointing straight up, lock the wrist, and kind of just go like that. Or do the Peter Cushing. I don't know if you know who Peter Cushing is, but you should look it up. Go like that. You know, Peter Cushing would always go, aha! Something like that, just strong gestures, meaningful gestures, not just this stuff, because this doesn't really work. And again, reconsider wagging your finger at people, because it's not very persuasive. So that's presentation. Consider presentation. The other thing is consider what you're trying to accomplish with your videos. It seems like you haven't really thought about the opinions that you're expressing. It seems very, very superficial, and I don't mean that as a denigration. I mean that as a criticism. When you describe atheism, and you describe it in terms of, you know, well, we atheists, we just don't want to admit that we're bad people. We don't want to submit to the authority of God. We don't want to admit that Jesus took our sins from us, and things like this. You're describing atheism in a way that no atheist would ever describe it. You are imposing your terms and your definition of something that you apparently haven't taken much time to try and understand on another group of people. And that's not fair. That would be the same thing if I were to define your Christianity by saying, well, you're a Christian because you're too lazy and cowardly to come up with your own answers to moral questions. So you just pull out the Bible and you see what it says, and that way you don't have to think about it. Do you think that that is a fair picture of your Christianity? Now, that doesn't mean you have to completely defer to how an atheist describes atheism. I mean, you don't have to just take my word for it. If there's things that I'm saying about my own atheism that don't make sense to you, by all means, question me on it. Challenge me on it. Just like I challenge Christians when a Christian says, well, you know, Christianity isn't really a religion, it's more like a relationship, because in all the other religions, man was trying to reach God through good works, and in Christianity, God reaches down and meets man. I've heard Christians say that all the time, and I think that that's just bogus. I don't accept that. I don't accept that Christianity is different and unique among other religions. So I challenge that and I question that. But taking how people identify themselves into account is very important. And I think it would help you if you would do that. And think about what you're saying. It applies whether you're talking about your faith or whether you're talking about something like politics. I noticed you made a video about Barack Obama, saying Barack Obama deserves to be impeached. I'm not going to address that directly in this video, but I did watch it, and I do think that it offers some insight into how you think and how you form opinions that is informing what I'm saying to you now. I think it's important that you think about what you think, if that makes sense. And I wonder if you've ever really done that. And if you haven't, I think that you definitely should. It's important when you say something, when you state your opinion, that you're stating an opinion that is yours, that is the result of your thought process. It comes from your brain, and that you've put some thought into it, and that thought has been a little more involved and a little deeper than hearing someone else say it and you just thinking, oh, that sounds good. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about putting some real thought into it. And I think it's especially important that you do that if you're going to continue to occasionally be addressing atheists, because you've done 2 videos now where you're talking directly to atheists and you're wagging your finger at them and you're telling them things as though they are facts that atheists dispute. If you say to me as an atheist, you need Jesus or you're going to go to hell, that's a fact. All I have to do to refute that is to tell you that it's not a fact. And in fact, the fact that it's not a fact is a fact. You're stating your religious belief. You're saying that you believe as a Christian that an atheist will go to hell when he dies, but that's not a fact. And anyone who tells you that it's a fact is lying to you. If your preacher or someone else that you go to for spiritual guidance tells you that you know for a fact what happens after you die, or you know for a fact that God exists, and more than that, that you know the mind of God and the will of God and the expectations of God, that person is lying to you, Leonard. That person does not know these things for a fact, and neither do you. If all you want to do is just yell in people's face that they're going to hell because they disagree with you about God and Jesus, then you're not going to accomplish anything. All you're going to do is make enemies. Look at your channel. Look at the fact that one video, the Atheism Sucks video of yours, I mean, you should be very proud of that. You have 50,000 views on that video. That is 10 times as many views as my most viewed video. To me, that's an accomplishment. You got a video on YouTube that has 50,000 views. To some people, that might not mean anything at all. To me, that's impressive. Your total video views, you have 80,000 views as of when I left to make this video today. And that's for 9 videos, a total of 9 videos on your channel, and you have 80,000 views. My channel, I have 70,000 views, 10,000 less than you, and that 70,000 views is a combination of almost 200 videos that I've uploaded. So in terms of video views, you've just blown me out of the water. But look at the number of subscribers you have, because I have 920 subscribers on my channel as I record this, and that's not very impressive at all. And I mean, when I make it to 1,000 subscribers, that's going to be a big deal for me, because that means out of those 70,000 total video views on my channel, 1,000 people have found what I say in those videos interesting enough, entertaining enough, whatever, that they want to see more of what I do. And that's important to me. That's flattering to me. That means something to me, that 1,000 people very soon will have made that choice. And even though you, Leonard, have 10,000 more total video views than me, and your most viewed video just leaves my most viewed video in the dust, no question about it. You have 120 something subscribers. And what that says to me, and I'm not saying you should be ashamed of that, because when I got to 100 subscribers, that was a big deal to me too. But you would think that if you have a video that gets 50,000 views, you would have a few more than 100 and something subscribers. What that says to me, Leonard, is that you've stirred up some interest among a certain audience. You've gotten people to watch your videos, but after they watch you, they don't really have any interest in seeing what else you have to say. Anyway, just some unsolicited advice from one YouTuber to another. Leonard, if any of this has made any impression on you at all, if you want to contact me, you know how to get in contact with me. I would seriously really like to have a conversation with you about this stuff. Conversing and reaching an understanding between two people who are coming from opposite sides of an issue, to me that's always a good thing. And that's one of the really wonderful things about YouTube and about the internet in general. And I would like to take part in that with you. So if you're interested in that, get in contact with me. And if not, thanks for watching this. And to everybody else who is not Leonard who has been watching this, thank you too, and I'll see you next time.